Today we are in North Seattle. We're going to make 3 stops at 3 different neighborhoods, all interconnected, but very different. First stop is this incredible recreational lovers mecca, Green Lake. Next stop is Phinney Ridge.
Home of the Woodland Park Zoo.
Yeah, home of the Woodland Park Zoo. And our third stop will be Greenwood, an up-and-coming former working-class neighborhood that is probably not that up-and-coming anymore.
Definitely not.
Because Trader Joe's is now landed in Greenwood, and where Trader Joe's goes, you know it's a great neighborhood.
Totally.
Let's take a tour and walk around. All right, so this visually here gives you a good idea of Green Lake, right? So we've got 3 miles around the area. We are where? We are right here currently, right?
No, we're actually going to be over here, Maynard.
Up?
Yep.
Oh, over here. Yeah, you're right. Okay. That's where a lot of people will be renting paddle boards, jumping off the pier. Much busier than it is currently right now. We've got a little beach right there. It's only 11 a.m., so it's a little quiet right now. Over here you have a little theater area, and here you have where you get a lot of kayaks launched.
Well, and this is also where they do a lot of, they call it the small craft center, but they do a lot of boat racing and things like that out of there.
Yeah, that's cool. And we got a little putt-putt golf here too.
Yep, the Green Lake Pitch and Putt.
Green Lake Pitch and Putt.
I know it.
It's a fun spot.
Yeah.
Yep. You'll see this in lots of different areas around the city where the tennis courts have been converted to pickleball, unfortunately, for the tennis people out there. But look at this. This is insane.
Yeah, it's actually a summer camp in here right now.
That's right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, as we're walking around here, we've obviously got the Green Lake Coffee Shop here, the boathouse.
Yep.
This is kind of a pretty central area for Green Lake. This is where a lot of people come to congregate, and then they make their loop around the lake.
Yeah.
You got the 2.8 miles on the interior loop, and then you got the 3.2 on the gravel loop around, which is closer to the street. But the great thing about the 2.8 mile loop is that it's all paved as well. So you can ride your bikes around here, you can ride a skateboard or roller skate or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think one of the great things about Green Lake as well is you can see all the wooded areas around here. And so you get a ton of shade going around the lake, which I think a lot of people really love.
We've got some pretty expensive apartments, I think.
A lot of older townhouses.
Yeah. This looks like a couple modern style townhomes. I shouldn't say modern, but older style. And we're probably looking at, I don't know, Justin, off the top of your head, what would you say?
That's a great question, Maynard. These ones, I can honestly say I've never seen them on market, so I can't tell you what they're worth. But
Yeah. See, that's a good point, right? Is that these do not come on the market very frequently. A lot of these just pass from family to family just because you're right here across the lake. You've got a little bit more single family down the way there.
Yeah.
And then if we go to the other side of the lake here, meaning the southern part of the lake, then we're going to see some iconic Green Lake houses that, will send anywhere from $3 million plus.
Funny, I actually forgot this was here. My kids used to play in there all day.
God, it's like you got the lake, you got this, you got sprinklers that are on.
You got the Green Lake branch of the Seattle Public Library right there as well.
Yeah.
Really cool.
There's the Super Jack and Jill.
There it is.
Yeah. The cookie spot there. Can't go wrong with sweet treats. And then when you got tons of kids in the area. It's kind of cool, this building. They call it Dockside. So Spud's Fish and Chips used to be a standalone building right here.
Yeah.
Like, if we look at this building, it used Spud Fish and Chips. It looked like an old drive-in from, a long time ago. It was like very little interior seating, and now look at this modern apartment building. What's cool is they kept the Spud Fish and Chips down there. All right, stop 2 of our tour here in Green Lake. We're in the southern part at the Green Lake Pitch and Putt.
You know it. Yeah, for anyone who is an avid golfer, this may not be your place, but if you want to kick back, enjoy some sunshine, you know, with people who don't necessarily play the game, or you just want to, you know, get out there and, you know, be competitive, have a drink or two, you're good to go.
We've had a team event here. There's a kids camp here. And then right across the street, across that way is where you have all the competitive soccer fields and baseball fields and softball fields, right?
Tons and tons of opportunities for soccer and baseball there.
Yeah.
You know, Maynard was mentioning earlier that, you know, it's just a really active place. A lot of people running around, kind of similar to the lake, but once again, we're just on the edge of the lake here.
Yeah.
It's really, really focused towards outdoor sport recreation versus leisure recreation.
Yeah, absolutely. It just shows how big Green Lake is too. All right, Justin, now we are in one of Seattle's most, I guess, secret neighborhoods.
I would agree with secret. That's a good point.
Right? It's called Tangle Town.
Yeah. Yeah, Tangle Town's kind of crunched in between Wallingford and Green Lake. And I'd call it like a suburb of Green Lake is a good way of thinking of it. I don't know.
No, that's a good way to call it, right? And what's interesting, the name Tangle Town came because it is where all these streets kind of angle together, and we have this little village here of really cool restaurants and coffee shops and you know, yoga spots, yet you're surrounded by all these neighborhood homes that make it incredibly walkable and way more peaceful. So we're going to take you through the little town of Tangle Town and then walk around and check out some houses.
Perfect.
Got Little Woody's Burgers right there. Delicious spot for burgers. Yeah, and then up here, Lenny's, which is an old kind of Irish dive bar. Restaurant Christine, which looks a little fancy, but I've never been at. That's available.
Parking's nice.
Right? Kind of a surprise. You wouldn't expect it, right? If we take a stop,
Totally.
You Google Craftsman, this is what an image is going to look like. So yeah, this house is fantastic. Nice retaining wall. Beautiful landscaping. Here we are. Tree-lined street. It just gets better and better. 165410.
I love the look of this one.
Right.
This one's super cool.
I mean, look at that big backyard, the size of the lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Like this is a small house here. What does this one say, man?
Let's see. Check this one, corner lot. It's kind of a small lot, actually.
Yeah.
This says 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,000 square feet.
Yeah.
900,000.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
I bet you
it would sell for more than $1 million.
Oh, look at this beautiful
It's kind of a Tudor style.
Tudor style, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
really
Tudor style, corner lot, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,800 square feet.
Yeah.
1.8 million.
That seems low too. Yeah. I would say it might be a little low.
Maybe, it might be. Right, depends on the condition of the interior.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, let's go this way. There's a little sign there. Yeah. Super popular pizza spot. What I love about Lenny's place, it is probably what I would say my favorite dive bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in the whole Seattle area. And there's a lot of good dive bars. What I like about it, its diviness, is sports games on. There's a couple pool tables. You've got outdoor seating. Outdoor seating is dog friendly. And it's in that cusp of regular bar, super dive bar. So right in between mini dive bar. Anyway, it's fun. Good place for lunch. The burgers are awesome. Fun for games.
Cool.
Highly recommend it. All right, we are now in Phinney Ridge, right up the way from Green Lake. And this place where we're starting out was originally one of the richest settlers in Seattle. It was Guy Phinney's private estate that he built in 1889.
And that's for the entire Woodland Park, correct?
The entire Woodland Park. Then in 1899, the city of Seattle bought it from him and turned it into
the Woodland Park Zoo.
Woodland Park Zoo.
Yeah, so Woodland Park Zoo is a 92-acre wildlife oasis here, a very urban environment. It has over 900 different animals and roughly 250 to 300 different species of animals. So it is an award-winning zoo, and one that I know my children have really enjoyed over the years.
Perfect for field trips. You've also got playgrounds nearby, tennis courts. So the whole Woodland Park area is in the southern part of Phinney Ridge.
In the wintertime, around Christmas, it's a huge draw, the zoo lights. I think they're called the zoo lanterns now.
Zoo lanterns.
It is absolutely phenomenal.
Wild lanterns.
Millions, wild lanterns.
Wild lanterns.
Yeah, but millions of lights kind of strung out all over the zoo, and it really is pretty cool. Yeah. And they also have a concert series here at the Woodland Park Zoo as well.
We're not going to go into the zoo today, but you get the drift. We'll start touring the rest of Phinney Ridge. Let's go.
Do it.
All right, now we're in the commercial district of Phinney Ridge, which is where Phinney turns into Greenwood Avenue. We've got Red Mill Deluxe there, El Chupacabra right over there, a little Mexican joint.
Never been there.
So yeah, let's walk around this area, show you some homes. The thing about Phinney Ridge, right, is that it is incredibly walkable to all these amenities, right?
Yeah, well, you got to think about what Phinney Ridge is, right? So it's dissected by Phinney and Greenwood Ave here, and on both sides of Greenwood and Phinney, it actually kind of slants off both sides. So as you get further away from Phinney, it's not necessarily as walkable because it's pretty steep hills. But at the same time, I mean, within a few blocks on either side, it can be really walkable and super desirable. So let's go take a walk.
Boom, let's walk. Brand new,
townhouses,
modern townhomes here, right? So
lots of townhouses on Phinney, right around the zoo.
Absolutely, right? You're looking for more dense housing, closer to amenities. You've got easy bus lines, so you don't need a car. I have a client who actually bought one of the first townhomes that was built here, and it didn't have parking. And I was questioning, and we were both questioning whether or not that was going to be an issue for value. Absolutely not. It has soared in value.
Really?
Because he was one of the first buyers before Phinney Ridge blew up.
Sure.
Phinney Ridge has grown on average 30% more than other areas over the last 5 years. Isn't that incredible?
It is.
There's hardly much inventory, and people love it because they love the walkability, and it's very family-centric. Right, and so we're on this busy street, 65th, and the point is that you can get from the lake, Green Lake, all the way into Ballard, right? So this is a main pass-through. 65th Street, all the way into the heart of Ballard, Ballard High School. So people who live here actually have access to all the Ballard amenities, Fremont amenities, Green Lake amenities.
Yeah.
And what's here in Phinney Ridge and then Greenwood. So it's pretty central, and you're not too far from the freeway. You're close to Highway 99, which gives you easy access right into downtown. So that's a super fast commute. And then you're not too far from Interstate 5 if you have to go to other areas. How do I know that?
It's a great question. I don't know.
Yeah, because my mother-in-law is a master gardener.
Okay.
Which means my wife also knows a lot about it.
Okay.
And she calls it a weed. I'm like, it is not a weed. It's a beautiful weed.
It looks like a beautiful weed.
Don't label it. Yeah. Got some beautiful
Don't put labels on
lavender here. Yeah, right. Yeah, Ken's Market. You got to get a shot at Ken's Market. Ken's Market it's like the staple grocery store that's been here a long time. And I got to tell you, when I was a kid, meaning in my 20s, I popped into Ken's Market for something like really quick and a cheap lunch. And I'm like, Ken's Market is not cheap.
Yeah. Definitely not.
A couple of my favorites far ahead here are Wing Dome.
Yeah, Wing Dome is just down the hill.
Wing Dome's been around forever.
You also have the fire department here. This is a really, really nice fire station.
Yeah, Sofon is on my short list of restaurants to go to.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so it's Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
But they just won, or were nominated by James Beard,
Really?
the best cocktail service, cocktail experience in Seattle and Washington.
Really?
Nope. You got food cart, you got tacos, burritos, and then this other one you have smash burgers. So, cool.
Condos
right?
and apartments up top
Condos
here.
and apartments, yeah. Exactly. That is our tour of Phinney Ridge.
Phinney Ridge.
Next up, Greenwood. We are in the heart of Greenwood, right here, 87th and Greenwood Ave, Justin.
Yeah, this is such a vibrant community. It's really blossoming into something that's totally different than it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest things that shows that Greenwood is a vibrant, blossoming community is
Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's. If Trader Joe's shows up in your neighborhood, you know you've made it. To the chagrin of some who maybe want to keep it old school.
Yeah.
But the Trader Joe's just opened here in April 2025, and we are going to walk around the neighborhood surrounding Trader Joe's. You're going to see, though, the old school eclectic vibe here of Greenwood, a little bit of a working class neighborhood, so to speak. It's north of Phinney Ridge, and prices here on average are going to be more like $1 million to $1.2 million for a single family house on the smaller side.
maybe even a little less.
Maybe even a little less. Just depends
Yeah.
on exactly where it is in Greenwood, because Greenwood is so big. So let's go take a tour down Greenwood Ave and check out the neighborhood, shall we?
Perfect. Let's do it.
All right. As we said, Trader Joe's. I mean, look at all those apartment buildings here. Did not exist before, right? It was all one story, older places, which we're going to see up here as we get away from there, right? But the Trader Joe's is definitely a nice anchor for the community. Also, there is a Fred Meyer close by, a Bartell Drugs. So there's a lot of services right here in this particular area. But then there's some really cool vibey spots here too.
Totally. Yeah, it's just such a uniquely different neighborhood than, let's say a Ballard. It's very different vibe than what you'd see in Ballard, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, it doesn't have its own unique nature to it. I mean, Greenwood is also very well known for townhouses.
Is it?
Townhouses are very popular.
It is.
A lot of condo living. You can buy condos in this area for as little as $350,000. Look at this. This is a much newer build. Looks like apartment.
Well, it's part of the Trader Joe's development.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's exactly what's happened here. Is they're creating more density, more demand, more housing. Getting rid of some of these old buildings that have been here quite a while. But we're gonna head just a few blocks east. Target area, Greenwood Park. Surrounding that, lots of nice single family homes, ranging anywhere from, like you said, Justin, maybe some starter homes around 8, 7, up to 1.7, 1.8.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, and look at this location here. That's what I'm talking about. Greenwood Park. That cool little arch, little Greenwood sign. Can't beat the location.
No, those are beautiful. Looks like we got a little kids camp over there.
Yeah, kids camp, playground. Yeah, so nice.
Well, that breeze feels good. I think we just have to stay here for a little while.
Stay here in the shade.
Yeah.
But this is kind of the point, right? Is that it's a completely different vibe, different neighborhood. We're not on a ridge anymore, right? It's relatively flat. We walked up a little bit, but only a couple blocks, and now it's going to be completely flat for, 5, 6, 7 blocks that way. Yeah. One of our clients, Catherine, bought her place for under $500,000. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 800 square feet. Fixed it up a little bit, put some money into it, and she ended up selling it for about $725,000.
Yeah, and that was, 2 years ago?
That was a couple years ago. Yeah.
3 years ago?
So just shows what you can do. But that was a couple years ago. I would go for more right now. But 800 square feet.
Yeah.
So you can only do so much. But it had a full yard.
Totally.
Absolutely. So let's keep walking.
So these new construction places, newer construction. I mean, these are probably built in the last 5-6 years.
I think so.
Probably just before or right.
Sounds about right.
I guess.
Yeah. And here we are, big apartment building.
Yep.
As we get closer to 85th. 85th Street's one of those main east-west routes. that gets you again into places like Ballard. Yeah. Right across the street is the old school nature of this area.
But what we're going to find is as we go on the south side of 85th, we're going to see a bit more of a
residential vibe,
a little bit more of a, well-kept manor. It kind of blends very seamlessly into Phinney Ridge.
Phinney Ridge, right?
And so you get a lot of the same types of homes and similar vibe. But this part of Greenwood is actually one of my favorite parts of the entire city. I really, really do love it.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Justin is right too, right? What we saw is a little bit more, I guess, variability, right? In that last neighborhood, even going to Greenwood Park, right? And here you're going to get a little bit more quieter residential streets.
Totally.
Okay. Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, so just these, a lot of these homes were built in the early 1900s, 1910, 1920, 1930.
Yeah.
They just have a very classic Seattle look to them. A lot of Craftsman's.
Overall smaller, relatively more modest.
Yeah, you're not going to see big giants, 3,000 square foot, turn of the century homes. You're going to see more, 1,500 square feet to 2,000 at the most. Sometimes you'll see homes that have been remodeled and expanded to allow for a larger home, but it's not the norm around here.
Yeah. All right, man, that was fun. 3 different neighborhoods, all uniquely different, but somehow interconnected.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about all the different neighborhoods in Seattle, some of them do kind of have that similar connection to them. This is definitely one that they kind of all breathe together.
Yeah, and it feels like, too, we almost barely scratched the surface. So for those of you watching, right, we try to give you as much as we can in a short period of time. But if you guys have any questions about any neighborhoods, anything you saw today about the show, reach out directly, comment below, like us if you found this content valuable. We'd love to keep doing more stuff for you. So any parting words?
I love these neighborhoods. I think Maynard just made a great point. You don't really know all that much about these neighborhoods unless you go and walk around them. So that's why we did this today, to give you guys a little bit of an inside scoop into what you see beyond just simply driving through the neighborhood and feeling like you get a vibe. So
yeah, absolutely. Good way to sum it up. So Justin Day, Maynard Wagner Real Estate Group here in Seattle. We'll see you on the next episode.